Fixing the Toyota Tacoma's rear seats, an option that Toyota never should have removed. Well, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. And today I am going to be fixing the Toyota Tacoma's rear seats. There's an option back there, a little feature that Toyota never should have removed. Used to be in all the Tacomas, and I'm guessing for a money-saving reason, Toyota decided to remove them. Now, what I'm talking about, if we look at the rear seats, right now, to get the rear seat up, you kind of have to grab the edge, and you see how it kind of moves around? I don't like the angle that puts stress on. When I pull this, it kind of twists everything. That's how seats get loosened up, and that's how fasteners and hinges and things get bent. Nonetheless, that's how Toyota decided to make the rear seats in the Tacoma. But what I'm gonna do, if you put the seat up, right back here on the back, you can see this little threaded hole. That's where the seat pole used to be, until Toyota decided to remove it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in. Let me show you what I've got over here. All it is some strap. I decided to go with orange because obviously the theme on my truck is orange. And some other things that you need. I have a little grommet kit here, and this thing is pretty slick. When I did this once before, I kind of did it with just a hammer. Who would have known that there's a kit that you can do this with, and I'll show you how it works. So you need the grommet kit, you need some sort of strap. You can get whatever color, whatever thickness, width, whatever you want. A hammer, a screwdriver, because the screws obviously have to be put in, and a tape measure, and of course some scissors. Now the screws for that threaded hole, if you're curious, I'm using an M6 1x20. These are a little long, to be honest. The seats are just foam, so they'll go right in. It's not a big deal. But I probably would prefer a 3/4 or so length as opposed to what appears to be about an inch. Nonetheless, that's the size you need. I just picked these up at Lowe's. So let me set you guys down. I'll show you how I'm going to do this. Okay, this is really pretty simple. I'm going to use 14-inch lengths, and then they're going to be folded in half. That obviously is going to form the strap, or the pull if you will, once I put the grommets in and then attach them to the seats themselves. Before I had used 12 inches, and I thought that was a little short, so I wanted something just a little bit longer. Sticks up out of the top of the seat a little bit longer. So I'm just going to measure off, and this doesn't have to be exact. I mean, close is fine in this case. It's not going to be exactly perfect, so just measure off 14 inches, cut it off. You will need two, of course, one for each side, because Toyota decided to not give us any seat poles for some reason. Again, I'm sure it was a money-saving proposition for them, but nonetheless. So let's get ourselves two lengths. And I'll use this one just as my pattern to cut the other one. No need to measure again. Okay, we've got our straps. They're pretty much the same length. Now, you use the kit that you got here, this grommet kit. You have this little nub, if you will. You sit it over the edge where you want the hole to be. Grab your tool, and you're going to force it down over that nub to create the hole that we're going to put the grommet in. So you want to try to get it centered, obviously, as best you can. And then just kind of work it through. Matter of fact, I'm going to use a hammer on it. It's just that simple, not too complicated. And then you kind of want to twist it. This one cuts, so you kind of want to cut it on the little nub that I have here. And then should be able to pull it out and have yourself a hole. I'll trim this off, but a hole here where you can put the grommet through, which is the next step. So I'm going to go ahead, get all my holes in all the ends of the strap here, and then we'll go ahead and move on to putting the grommet in. Got all the holes done, you guys can see here. Again, we'll take care of the fraying parts here in a minute. Now, the grommets, you want to use the end that has the part that sticks out. I don't know if you guys can see that. It protrudes out versus the other end that is going to cover it up. So, next, let me grab some more out of here. You can see here maybe you have the end that sticks out versus the other end that goes over the top that kind of sandwiches it all together. So you need a couple of those. Actually, I'll need, four sets? I guess 4 sets. So we have 1, 2, 3, and one more. Okay, so you take the end that sticks out, put it over your little tool here, your little nub thing. I don't know what you call it. And then you want to stick it through, because it has to protrude through so that it grabs onto the little holder that you're going to put on the other side. So, put that on, like so. And then, this is the fun part, then you're going to take the other tool that has the hole in the end of it. It's what you're going to use to sandwich this thing on. So you put it over like so. You don't want to kill it, but you want to hit it hard enough so it squeezes it on there. And let's take a look, see what we get. That is our grommet right there. And it is fastened in there, and it isn't going to go anywhere. So we have to do the same thing with all the other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you how to get rid of the fraying part. Pretty simple. Alright, we've got all the ends done, everything is ready. Now, you just take a little lighter, a little heat, and you're going to kind of melt the edges. That's how you're going to get rid of all this fraying stuff. So, just give it a quick touch with the lighter, and you'll be golden. So that's it. So we'll leave these cool. I want them cool before I mess with them. And then I'll show you how to put them in the truck. By the way, little preview, it's going to kind of look like that. Okay, we've got them all done, all cut. Full disclosure, I did end up making 2 more to go with bigger grommets, because the original ones, the screws wouldn't fit through very well. So that's what the ends look like on my second set, same as the first. Now, I am going to put a little bit of Loctite in the hole, just to make sure they don't back out on me. That would be a bummer. So I just want a little dab in there, like so. That should be plenty. Probably going to spill out on me. Loctite is great, but it is messy stuff. So, let's see. Okay, I think that'll be good. Now, all we have to do is go ahead and put the screw in. I did put a washer on it, so we're going to go with a washer. And you just simply fold them in half, like so. And then, hopefully my screw fits, it seems to. You just go ahead, tighten them down. Obviously, you want them pointing up, since that's the direction they're going to be pulled, right? So that's it, that gets that one on. Notice I'm trying to match up. It's a little bit different, but trying to match up to my pole strap here that I have for my crab handle. So I'm going to go ahead, finish tightening this one down, and then I'll put the other one on, and I'll come on and show you guys how they work and what they look like. Got them all done. This is a pretty simple mod. Cut them, grommet them, screw them in, you're done. Let's take a look. I think they came out pretty well. There they are in the seats. You guys can see there's one there, there's one over there. You're not going to miss them. They are orange. You know, you don't have to do them orange. You can do them any color you want. You can do them black, white, purple, pink. I'm sure you can get strapping in just about any color that you want. But how they work, well, obviously, you just kind of put your finger in there, grab it, and pull the seat up. How awesome is that? No longer do I have to finagle around trying to do it on the side. And these are the hinges that I talked about. You know, these things aren't very substantial. And how many times do you have to Man, that might be loose as it is. But how many times do you have to pull these off at a weird angle like this? And you see how they kind of pull, right? I mean, if you look at that, they kind of go, you know, I don't like that. I'd rather pull them straight up and down. You know, it's kind of like a door. If you do a door crooked enough, eventually it's going to bend the hinges and it's going to make it not work right. You don't have to worry about it with these. Again, this is the treatment on the end. You can't see that when the seat's down, so who really cares? That's what you get to see. And it's not far enough out that it's in the way, but I think it's perfect at this length. You could go a little bit longer, but then you might have people actually sitting on it. I think 14 inches is just about right as far as this goes. You might be able to push it to 15, maybe even 16, but if you did, obviously you're going to come out about that far at 15, or well, about that far probably, and maybe about that far at 16. So any way you want to go, I like 14. I think it works pretty good. Again, just a simple way to pull that seat up and down. Well, there you have it. That is fixing the Tacoma rear seat. Just a simple little mod that you can do just to put something back in that should have been in the truck still. I don't know why Toyota took it out other than to save a little bit of money. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Have you done something similar to this? Do you like this mod, or you're happy just grabbing the side and who cares? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra, and Robmotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.